Today.
I'm good, Tara. How are you?
Yeah, really good, thank you. Thanks for taking the time to come in and chat to me today about your training. I'm excited to sort of start the process with you.
No worries. I'm looking forward to it.
Nice. Have you had a nice morning?
I have. It's been beautiful and sunny.
Yeah, looks it from out there. Thanks for being able to be flexible and do this online as well, because I know we couldn't kind of make the time to meet in person. So super handy. Now, what we're going to do today is just have a chat about obviously the goals that you have moving into your training with me. And as well as just your previous exercise history, what you're currently doing at the moment, just so that we can get a good idea of where you're at for your programming, and so that the things that I set up for you are going to be suitable. How does that sound?
Yeah, good, good.
Perfect. Now, everything obviously we discuss in the consultation today remains confidential, so no information shared to any other parties unless you give me consent to do so, or of course, unless there's anything that I think that you could be at harm to yourself or anyone else. But otherwise, this is just between me and you. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. So thank you firstly just for doing your sort of pre-screening, your APSS form. I'm just got it up behind here, and you've got no medical issues, so that's good. And yeah, so it'd be all sweet to get training. Nothing we need to further investigate. Now, I'll just start off with just your basic details. Now, your first name, Abby, is that just Abbey?
Yes.
Perfect. And what was your surname, Abby?
Lynch, which is
Yeah.
LYH,
Beautiful. And just your date of birth.
10th of the 1999.
Lovely. And your best contact number?
0423
Yeah.
9938.
Lovely. All righty. Now, I have put in here just from your pre-exercise screening review that you're doing sort of your moderate exercise. So we don't need to kind of, at the moment, you can be doing anywhere upwards of that 180 minutes of exercise a week, because you did note that you're doing 300 at the moment on your form. So I'm happy for you to kind of continue at that pace. And as I said, no referral required to investigate any health things. So that's really good. We might start off just by going into, before I guess what you're doing now, what does your previous physical activity history look like?
I guess in the past I used to play netball
Yeah.
in my late teens,
Yeah.
and playing netball and transition to, I guess, more running,
Yeah.
uh, and the occasional Pilates and yoga sessions, but they're very sporadic.
Yeah, cool. And I mean, how often do you think you would get doing those sorts of things?
Now,
Oh, just in the past, were you doing like 5, 6 days a week? Sort of what was that? What did that look like?
in the past, well, I would do netball 2 or 3 times a week
Yeah.
throughout my school, and I feel like I moved up to about 5 times a week in my late teens.
Yeah, cool. So about an hour
I
each
feel like
time?
usually, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. I'll just jot that down. And what about now?
Now I run 5 times a week,
Yeah.
and then depending on the day, I do strength training, hopefully about usually 3 times a week,
All right,
depending
cool.
on that day.
Yeah, awesome. So basically you're kind of doing about 5 runs, and they can be anywhere, what, between 30 to an hour kind of thing, or what does that look like?
During the week, it's usually between 30 minutes and an hour, usually, like, no more than an hour during the week, and then
Yeah.
one long weekend, which can be upwards of, 1 to 2 hours, sometimes 2 and a
Nice.
half.
Impressive. Lovely. And then your strength sessions, what are they? Like 45 minutes, an hour? What do they look like?
Yeah, I would like to try for 45, but sometimes, I also work on the side, so half an hour, get in there, get it done. Between 30 and 45 minutes usually, 45 if I can.
Yeah. So between those two things, it seems like, I mean, that seems like on your pre-screening, kind of form that you sent me, that 300 minutes sounds about right, because it's kind of, it chops and changes a little bit. Hey.
Mhm.
Yeah. Nice. So it's just a running and strength training at the moment.
Yeah.
Lovely. Now, did you have any general preferences when it does come to strength training? Is there any machines that you don't like, or do you prefer free weights, or how do you go about, is there anything I should know, I guess?
Yeah, I think I prefer free weights in the bar.
Yeah.
I'm I don't use machines as often. I do like some of the one. Look, I don't know what they're called, where you press your in a push up in a squat position,
Ah, yeah, like the leg press sort of thing.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, but usually the free weights in the bar is what I prefer.
Perfect. And when it sounds like you've got your cardio pretty covered, but you prefer just doing that, like not really using the cardio equipment, would you say? Like you prefer doing your cardio outdoors?
Yes, and I'll look maybe once a week I'll run on the treadmill, but it'll only be like an easy half an hour run or something
Yeah.
if it's dark.
Perfect. Yeah. And with the preferred session duration for your sessions with me, would you prefer like that 45-minute mark as your preferred amount?
Yeah,
And 2 or 3 times a week, or
yeah, maybe 3 times a week. I
3
think I've been
times?
trying to be
Yeah. It's good to,
improving my.
yeah, sorry, I cut you off there because it went a bit for what's that word where it must have been a bad connection there for a second. But yeah, you can always the thing is we can do a program, set it up, and then if you find I'm just not making that 3 times, there's no big deal. We just adjust it around your lifestyle. So we'll put 3 times a week and start off there. So that's awesome. Now, I want to swing around to your goals. Now, coming into working with me, what is your main goal that you're kind of thinking that you want to work towards within your personal training sessions?
Yeah, I feel like it's most definitely just improving my lower body strength
Yeah.
for my running. I think the gym I do tailored around the running.
Yeah, perfect, which is really good. Like the running's great and everything like that, but it is awesome to have a strength program in place that does obviously help maximize, your strength essentially within your running. And then also within that, we can, strengthen other parts of your body. But yeah, having that focus on the lower body is a really good goal to have. Now, when goal setting, I do like to set up a SMART goal for you so that it is really specific, so that we are, making sure that we're achieving the goal essentially, and it's not sort of like, up in the air. So maybe just to enhance on that goal, improving lower body strength for running. So maybe how we could make that a very specific goal is possibly by just increasing your 3RM squat. So that's like basically we do like a 3RM test to see your max weight, how many how much you can squat 3 times essentially, which I can explain to you more when we're kind of in person doing that test, but over 10% over 8 weeks maybe. How would something like that sound? So we know kind of that's way we can, measure essentially how you've gone.
Yeah, I think that sounds good.
Perfect. So that's, measurable. Like it's super clear. We do the test at the start of working together. So on our first session together, and then we'll do it at the end of the 8-week block. So I think that's really achievable because it's, you're going to have a strength-based program that is going to include things to, help you achieve those goals, such as, your squat press, like we talked about, training the glutes, training the hammies, everything like that, the quads, and getting really specific there. And I think that would be really quite realistic for you as well, because sounds like you're quite fit with all the running and training you do. So pretty dedicated to that, which is really awesome. Would you say that feels like a realistic goal?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And do you feel like pretty committed to that and it's something that you're really looking forward to achieve?
Yeah, absolutely. I really enjoy the squat movements, so I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to doing it.
Perfect. And I think 8 weeks is a, solid time frame to have there. That's really awesome. Cool. I feel pretty confident in that. I'm really excited to get training with you. Do you have any questions for me or anything like that?
No, I don't think so. I think you've explained everything very well.
Amazing. I'm so looking forward to our first training session together. We will take time to go through some assessments and everything like that. Just make sure I've got a really good understanding of where you're at with your training, with your body, any, issues that you might have, and strengths, weaknesses, and yeah, everything like that. I'm super stoked. So